Okay, we're going to do this video on skim coating, and we're using DAP crack shot for skim coat. We'd like DAP products. We use them as well for window glazing. We've got a putty knife, and this is called a hawk. It's just a big trowel, not a trowel, but a big platform for you to put your compound in, and then you feed your putty knife from that. So we're going to get some compound out of here, and you want to be careful that you don't get this all over the sides of the bucket like this and then let it dry. So when you close up for the day, make sure you scrape the sides off, tap your putty knife in the middle like this so that you don't leave the residual to dry on the sides. Okay, so we've loaded up a little bit on the hawk. Now let's go over and take a look at what we want to do. Here's areas that were previously scraped, and you can see that the areas here, we call them divots, are very pronounced. And what the contractor should have done is they should have feathered this edge down so it's not so obvious. So the owner has asked us to come in and repair this because she, like us, hates the look of these divots. So we're going to repair divots like this. These are old ones, and then we're going to create a new one, which is right here. And this is what a contractor will do. They'll come in and scrape, and then they'll leave the scar, the divot. And they won't bother repairing it because it's so numerous and time consuming, and they're concerned about cheap price, get in and get out. And they're not focused on service, they're focused on money and profit, which is backwards. Okay, so again, here is another one, a sample, where this needs to be peeled. And once it's scraped, then all this area needs to be filled in, not just primed and painted. And so we're going to show you a variety of different types. This, and this. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to load up the putty knife. And we do that like this. But you see that there's residual all over the putty knife, and that's what the edge of this is for. You want to keep this putty knife nice and clean. So you're going to come in like this, and you're going to press hard, 2 fingers, and cover this area well. Clean your knife. And back over it again. And you'll see that I'm putting pressure on the sides of this knife, which means the middle is not going to be as tight as the 2 sides. So more of the compound will stay in the middle, and the sides, as you can see, will be nice. See it right here, how nice and smooth it is? And that's the technique. You're leaving the compound in the middle, and you've got a tight register on the sides. Then you're going to scrape it off here, and you're going to come in and fill this in. And then make sure your knife is always clean. Scrape up the residual, put it here, and then run your blade over. Now, you can see the outline of where I scraped. After you sand this, typically what's going to happen is the divot or the scar is going to be lower where I applied the compound than the side. And that's why it's typically going to take 2 coats to do this properly. Now you see here, they just painted over this divot and they didn't skim coat it. So we're going to come back, re-skim coat it, and the smoother you have this, the less sanding you're going to have to do. And then again, you see the edge right here? So we want to try to fill this in. See me following the contour of that edge? Because what we want to do is feather it out into the wood. And when we're done, you won't see it. let's come back and do another one.